on.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
But she would say to me, like, just, you got to lower your standards. She said, like, you're not going to find anyone. Like, your standards are too high.
I think it's not lowering.
Are you
It's
gonna
not
lower your
lowering because I
standards?
think you
Well,
have,
I think
you have
I
great
do.
standards, but you do like to nitpick and
Yeah,
second
and
guess.
one thing
and you
and I'm just
second
like,
guess
no.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do second guess
She'll
a lot.
nitpick and then
Yeah.
second guess. She'll
Yeah.
like something about somebody, then she'll start second guessing like, oh wait, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Like,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
is
And
that
I
like-
overthink it. And
Yeah.
I'll have one guy and I'll literally predict my whole future with
Yeah.
them.
Do
Yeah,
you?
literally in the week. And then if something doesn't like
In the
align to what I think is my future, gonna
You
like,
get rid of them.
I think no. And I think that's
Yeah.
actually ridiculous because someone can like someone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
That's true.
I need to stop doing that.
Yeah,
Whereas
you
me
do.
and
Stop
Shazani
doing that.
stay seeing potential.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
Me
really
and
giving them a
Shazani-
chance. She's really giving them
Me
a
and
chance.
Shazani
No, I'm not giving people
stay
chances. Don't be talking about me. Speak for
potential.
yourself.
You know it.
Yes.
Like
What- yeah.
you and I have the worst.
Yeah, you think
thing
it's
in
gonna
our
work
head
out.
of thinking of the long term. Like, but
Yeah.
in future, like it could look like this, and this, rather than seeing what they're showing us
I know.
right now. Like
People-
that's been our biggest
Honestly,
like thing, trying to like work
Yeah.
on.
No, you are right. Like people show their true colors in the beginning when you meet them. And I think like as you like mature and get older, you start to see that a little bit. Like if things are really not aligning to what you want them to be in the beginning, like you shouldn't force it. You know what I mean? Like not to predict your future with them, but like if something is not in what the realm of like your innermost, like what you want for what you want right now in your life,
Yeah.
like it's just not for you, and you shouldn't force it. You know?
100%. Like
Yeah.
the biggest thing I've learned from that is like, okay, you might see somebody's potential,
Yeah.
and then you stick with them because
Yeah.
you think, oh, like I know that they've got these characteristics and they've got these goals, so I know
Yeah.
they might eventuate to this kind of person.
Yeah.
But then if they don't eventuate into that person,
Yeah.
you get disappointed, and then it's like, okay, you're disappointed, but that's fucking your fault because.
Yeah.
Who really promised you
Yeah.
that they were going to become that person?
Yeah, and
Do
I
you
think
know
that
what I
goes
mean?
to say because at the point of like like our lives right now, I think the fact is like we have done quite okay for ourselves, right? Like we've got a good career. Like you're a
And
nurse.
pretty much on our own.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
pretty much
you're a
on our own.
nurse,
Yeah,
you're a midwife, I'm a nurse,
no.
and you have businesses, you've got business, I got business. So it's just like at this point when you see someone who isn't at their potential, it's not to say that like we're not gonna support you to be in that potential, but you want someone who's gonna like level up with you. At the end of the day, like I'm trying to build with you. I'm not
Yeah.
really trying to take you on my journey. I'm trying to
And
build
do you know
with
what?
you.
Do you know what?
He
That
said,
actually
"I'm
might-
take you
I'm
on
not
my
trying to really
journey."
take you on
Yeah.
my journey at this point in my life. I'm trying to build with you. Like,
Yeah.
what can we like? How can we?
Yeah.
How can we flip this house? How can
Yeah.
we flip that? Like,
Yeah.
How can we make money here? How can
Because
we?
I
build
want you to be
businesses?
able to elevate me as much as I'm elevating
Yeah.
you.
And
Like,
I think as well that's so important to say because I think it like who you're looking for in a man or in a relationship or in a partner, like
yeah.
it's if you are a hard worker yourself and you know that and you
Yeah.
know that you are going into life and you've worked really hard for what you have
Yeah.
and you're giving 80 to 90% in the gym and
Right.
going to work in your studies in
Yeah.
your friendships and maintaining friendships with your family, like a lot of
Yeah.
people have like broken down families.
Yeah.
Like I think that is like also what you're looking for in a partner.
Right,
And
yeah.
if you can maintain that on your own, it's like, why
Yeah.
am I going to pick up something that,
Yeah.
someone that's not working as hard as me
Yeah.
or not
Yeah.
working harder than me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, 100%. If you're not working hard yourself, then of course you're not going to be looking for someone that's doing that.
But do you think like in New Zealand, I found that like I don't know if like it's just like an island thing, like island time or whatever, but like
Island
What?
time.
is that thing like island time?
I
but
mean,
like
we are a little island.
Everyone
over
says
here.
that we're really
we're like a
laid
little
back.
island time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
found that
We're
like
not very hustle.
yeah, like the one
Yeah.
thing that I had to adjust to coming from the East Coast and like that, New York, Connecticut attitude was like I'm really like hustle bustle. Like how can I make money here? How can I do this? How can I flip this? How can I do this? And like when I came here, when I was dating and I would meet men who were just kind of like, yeah, like I'm trying to start this, but like, how it go. And I'm just like, well, like you can't.
So how are you going to do it?
Yeah, like, so That's the thing. You're exactly right.
So, like, what's your first step?
Yeah.
So, like, have you done that yet?
Yeah.
No, like, oh, I'm just like, and like, I'm just like chilling.
You
I'm
know
just,
me
like,
too
having
well.
a-
Like
I'm
those were my first
yeah.
questions. Like, so how are we gonna do it? How
Yeah.
are we gonna build this? How are we gonna do this? Like, what money got this? Like,
Yeah.
how did you build this? You quit your job already? Like, you're not even like on to the next. Like, you're on to the next. Who already quit your job?
I don't know. You don't have a job?
Listen, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that
Should we
one.
say this? Maybe we should say that for the next episode.
Listen, I was dating a man with no job.
Oh, you want to talk about it now? Okay.
Listen,
when I first met her,
shut up.
I was like, this girl is
Yeah.
like, she is cool. She's bad. She's beautiful.
Oh my God, stop.
She's like funny. I was like, she must have like. She told me she was like seeing someone else thinking, wow, like she must be seeing someone.
Shut up.
Oh.
Shut up. Nah.
I know.
I was dating a man with no job.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna just, like, I wouldn't have said that in the U.S. I
Yeah.
would never have told my
She
friends
was-
that
she-
because of my pride, my ego.
I said, like, what does he do? And then you,
Yeah.
but you didn't say it like he had no job. You were saying like he was.
He was working on himself.
Yeah, it was like trying to get him something. He doesn't want to like go with like them every day
He's-
9 to
he's
5. He's
figuring
breaking out
out
the
his
mold.
path.
He's breaking out the mold. Like
Yeah,
he's not like following with the
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
he's
soul
he's
searching.
woke.
Soul searching.
He's soul searching.
You know, a lot of men in New
You know,
Zealand, no,
they
listen,
are soul
listen,
searching.
don't be trying to play me because a lot of these men out here be soul searching.
Yeah.
Do you remember? You remember that one guy we were talking to, and then he was like, you know, because I just feel like money just creates so many problems. So right now, like, I
Yeah.
don't want to focus on the money. I'm just focusing on me and being happy. And he's jobless.
I remember this conversation.
He's homeless.
He
And
said
we were
it's
like,
not about money.
"Oh."
He said money doesn't make you happy. Well, I said, listen, money
It
makes
does.
money make me do what the things I want to
does.
do.
Like, I don't know what makes you happy, but what makes me
don't make me happy, but, like,
sitting on a private plane or a
Not
yacht.
the private plane. She said private plane. Listen, it doesn't make me happy, but it makes me do all the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about money, honestly, because let's talk about that. Like, you know, like, money doesn't make you happy. And the thing is, the reason why, like, I have moved here is because I've worked COVID, right? Like, COVID,
Yeah.
like, we are all, like, in healthcare at the end of
Yeah.
the day. And, like, not to go on a heavy burden our topic, but, like, you know, like, I had worked the 2 years in the COVID ICUs, and I've seen people who have, like, lost their lives, and which was unfair, right, to COVID. And I realized how precious life is. And, like, you can have all the money in the world, and you could, like, your life could just change in a matter of days
Yeah.
or minutes. And I've seen, like, young people in the COVID ICUs who have lost their lives, like people our age, 20s, 30s, and people who have just started families in their 30s and 40s who have young kids. So that's part of the reason why I moved to New Zealand, because, like, life is so precious, and you should be able to do all the things that you want to do
Yeah.
in this short life. Like,
Yeah.
you just, with no regrets, you
Yeah.
know? And so, like, it isn't about money. So when we talk about guys and having money, we don't talk about money makes the world go around. We don't talk about, like, oh, you need to have money to date us. We just need to have some kind of stability, some kind of way of life that you think that, you know, like, you live with life with no regrets. And that
I think-
doesn't mean, like,
I think if you can already come to that conclusion that
yeah.
that money is, I think as soon as money is more to you than your family,
Yeah.
or it's taking more time than,
Right.
you know, than spending with your friends or
Yeah.
doing what you love, or it's all you think about,
Yeah.
then no, money is not everything. And if you've got too much stress to have the amount of money that you need,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then it's not worth it, is it? Because
Yeah.
you're not even enjoying what you've got.
Right.
But I think as well, like going back to you, and I think that's other thing, that the fact that we all work in healthcare,
Yeah.
and that also makes us very strong people because
I know.
like,
that is true.
and you can't
Yeah.
like, people say, like, people ask me like, oh, you know, like, how do you, like, oh, you work in the ICU, you work with children, like,
Yeah.
that must be so hard. But I always say to them, like, yeah, it is, but also it makes you really, like, appreciate every single moment that you have. Like,
Yeah.
because, and like, I know that sounds so, like, you know, like, oh, everyone says, you know, you
Yeah.
appreciate everything, but honestly, like,
Yeah.
you know, you go to work one day and then you come home and
Yeah.
your life's completely changed because
Yeah.
your child is in the ICU now, or your
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, your
Yeah.
parent is like,
Yeah.
and like literally life will change like that. And
Yeah.
you know, you physically see it.
yeah.
You know, people talk about it, but when you physically see it,
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
you know, you just appreciate every little bit of life that you never would have appreciated if you
know.
didn't have that job.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So it is, even though it's like a super hard job,
Yeah.
you definitely have this massive appreciation for life that nobody else has.
No, yeah.
100%. And I think that's the
So-
thing is, like, it's all about, like, your perception and, like, when you have money, like, what are you using it on? And when people say
Yeah.
like, oh, like you're so materialistic, like all you want to do is just like buy like nice clothes, nice cars, like designer this, like it's not really about that. It's more about like setting up your life in the type of stability where you have
that you
now
can enjoy
the
for your family.
freedom of
Yeah.
time. To
Freedom
just-
of time.
It's freedom
You
of
exactly
time.
said that. Time
That's what it's
is the
about.
value. Time
Yeah.
is like money is, or time
Yeah.
is what we're looking for.
Yeah,
Is what you
it's
said.
not the amount that I have in my bank account
Yeah.
or the type of like designer
Exactly.
shit I have.
Yeah.
It's how much extra time I can now
Yeah.
have to just enjoy more
Right.
moments in
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
than to spend
But
every waking moment
trying
at
to
a shift.
afford your life.
Yeah.
Try to make
But then
ends
as
Exactly
well,
right.
that's also like you don't want to go back to that topic of like because some of the boys would say to us like, oh, you know, I just want to be free. I just want to have, you know, I don't want a job because I
never
want to
wanna
have
work for
time. But the
someone.
thing is that you have to have enough money to enjoy your free time.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have no money and sit at home
Yeah.
with your free time. You
Right.
know,
But I guess
so
the argument on that is like,
It's
if
a
I
balance.
was, yeah. But then again, like somebody could
balance.
like be like, but I can sleep on like my friend's couch and just like move, and
Not
like
the
I'm
couch.
happy. So that's the thing is like we can't really. I guess like that's subjective.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if that's gonna make you happy, that
Yeah.
just makes you happy. You know what I mean?
That is
For
true.
me,
Subjective.
I can't sleep on a couch. But,
I'm
No, I'm not
Yeah.
sleeping on the couch with you.
I sleep on your couch, but
But if somebody else could and that makes them happy, by all means, like
Yeah.
make yourself happy.
Yeah.
But I just think we need to like get rid of the mentality of like, if the luxury of money makes somebody else happy, that doesn't make them a bad person
Yeah.
or just like materialistic.
Right,
like
right.
that's not a bad thing. Like if
Yeah.
that makes them happy, like go for it. Let them like get all the millions that they want.
Yeah.
If somebody else like just doesn't really want any of that, that's what
Yeah.
makes them happy. Like you live that way, but we don't need to like shame one side or the other.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, I mean, back to this, like, guy in this job and having no job. I think if I was in the U.S.,
you have to have a job.
nah,
That's
like,
just you have to have a
yeah,
job.
like, if I was
no-
in the
no-
U.S., like, and I told my
Unless
friends,
you own stocks or
No,
something, you
you're
don't have
gonna
to have a job.
even if you don't have stocks, because you know what, having a job means you get up in the morning, you have a routine. You know, you're driven. You're
Right.
like, you know, you need to be doing things every day for your
Yeah.
own like well-being. And
Yeah.
No, I could date a man that runs
No,
like a couple
you would
businesses without having
never-
to be
well, they would
waking up
they
doing
would, no, but they
things.
would
That's
have to
not a
wake up
job.
and have kind of some kind of like they could not sit at home and do nothing all day because they've just got money. Like they wouldn't
Then you have people that are doing those things for you.
yeah,
doing those things.
Yeah, when you like run like businesses from a background, you aren't waking up to like you just like
No.
I feel
check
like
on
you still
things.
need a routine.
I think she's just
but-
talking about, like,
I think you still
having
need a
a routine.
routine.
I think
maybe.
having
Yeah.
a routine is just a very different thing. I don't
Yeah.
think you need a job to have a routine. I think you can have a routine without having a job.
yeah.
Do you know what I
'Cause-
mean? You have a source
well,
of income.
Well, I guess get up and work on whatever they're doing. You know.
Yeah.
yeah, have a daily routine.
What man do you know that's
What
that's
business?
got money just coming into their bank account doing nothing all day?
No, listen,
I've
Savvy
never
has
met
some-
one of those.
Listen, we all need to be one of those.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Like,
Where did
once,
you meet
yeah, once you get yourself to a certain level and
Yeah.
you run certain businesses, you don't actually physically get up and have to like do things. You have people that run those businesses. You just own shares.
Yeah, but you
of
still
these
have
businesses.
stuff to
It's
do.
called passive income.
yeah, but
Well,
passive
I
income,
know
you're
about passive
still doing
income.
things.
You've got things to do, but
You're
they're
still
on your
doing
own
things.
time. That's what I'm saying, Jess. It's on your own time. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got people who are gonna send you feedback on da 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 da. But what you do with your day is
Yeah.
your choice. So like you can.
I
So
think
we're
she wa-
talking about like billionaires.
they're not even billionaires.
I
They're
think she's just. I
millionaires,
think what
but-
she's saying is like she's still like. I think we are looking for a different kind of like, you know, like kind of thing. She's just saying that she wants someone with some kind of like routine, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
like even if it's just like waking up, going to the
Go
gym,
gym.
going
Yeah.
for the walk at 7
Mhm.
a.m. Even if that passive income is coming in, you know, like still have a little calendar or Google fucking time machine of like what you're gonna do all day, you
Yeah.
know?
yeah, I don't
But
know.
yeah.
I think we all appreciate men with routine though.
Yeah.
Like we hate a couch slob.
That's what I'm
We
picturing in my
hate
mind.
accounts.
So
So I
I
was
was just getting
dating-
money sent to their account when they're not doing anything. They've got to be doing
No.
something to get that money.
Yeah, of course. Like you've got to be somebody that is very like sharp, intelligent. You're always looking for the next thing.
Mm.
But obviously, I just mean like they're not punching into a, you know, a job every day.
Yeah.
But we all hate a couch slob. So
I
like,
was dating
you
a couch
spend
slob.
your are we
I
getting
know.
into the are we getting into
Should we
him?
get into it? It's like
No, we have to.
But he's a very
They're not
good
gonna wanna
example
let
of the
us
type of
listen.
guys we're
nah,
talking
like
about.
he was
Uh,
okay. So the
okay.
thing is, like, I don't know. Like, I was dating a couch, and the thing is, like, I think when I first came here, I was dating him.
He tried to make
and-
potato salad once, and the potatoes were
What?
not cooked.
They weren't cooked. Oh my god. I don't know.
No.
I think
That's how I remember him.
No.
Because yeah, he was like, I can make a potato salad. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. No, it was kumara salad.
oh my god.
And I was like, oh, awesome, cool. And then the kumaras
I
were
think
raw.
I cooked the
They were
kumara.
hard kumaras.
I think
and
I
I was
cooked
like, oh my god.
No, honestly, I think
can't even cook a kumara.
I know. Not the. We call it sweet potato, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same. No, but like I was dating a little
It wasn't
couch
the sweet.
potato.
It was a
talking about
crunchy potato.
Little
couch
couch
potato.
potato.
Yeah, and like I would come home like, cause you know like as nurses we work like shift work,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes I work like day shift, sometimes I work like night shift. And I just remember like coming home and like speaking of your routine, like coming home and him not having a routine,
Sit.
you know, like
See, so
Yeah.
it's having the routine. Like
Yeah.
you gotta come up, you gotta see them doing things. You want them seeing going out, doing this, coming back. You don't want
Yeah.
someone sitting there,
Yeah.
like just. Oh, I got like you know you've got to
Yeah.
have someone that's out doing things. You want to
Yeah.
be. You know what I always say? I always
Yeah.
say you want to be your man's like second priority.
Mm.
You want
Yes.
them to have.
I want to be your
So-
second
yeah.
priority.
What do you
You
mean
want-
second
I don't
priority?
wanna be
Yeah,
your
like you
first
want them
priority.
to have so
I
much
need my
going
man to
on
be
in
my
their
first
life.
priority.
Ah, I don't need you
no.
on my ass
Yeah,
all day. What you doing? What you doing?
No,
what you
what
doing?
you
I
doing? Where
just
you
told
going?
you
Where you
5
doing?
minutes ago what I was doing.
Should I do
Nah,
this? Should I do
I
this
want my
for you?
man to be-
No.
No.
Yeah. See, sis.
Yes. Yes.
I want my
Second
man to be my
priority.
priority.
No.
No, you don't because
Why?
you want them
How
to
you
like
gonna tell me what I want?
because I know.
You know me like that.
No,
Yeah,
she
I do.
wants to be first. You
I want to
know
be
her.
first priority,
She's
honestly.
first.
Okay.
Because I want
Tell me about that.
Okay, well,
Let's
like
listen.
no,
But it's
I
funny
want.
because the guys that make her first priority, she gets fucking annoyed.
Yeah.
Why are you always missing me?
Yeah.
Why are you calling me all
Yeah.
the time?
It's just
I'm
like,
at work.
no.
Stop calling me.
I didn't
Listen.
reply. I haven't replied for 2 days.
She's fucking
2 days?
toxic.
I'm not toxic. Out of all of this, I'm not toxic. Am I the toxic one? What?
With the taste of your lips, I'm on a rise. You're toxic. I'm sipping under.
I'm not the toxic. Am I toxic?
Yes.
In what way? Tell
You
me.
say one thing and you want another.
Shut up. You did not just say that.
Yeah, you do.
What do you mean? I say one thing
You
and do
say
another.
one thing and you want another.
Do I really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
In what way? Like, tell me because. Give me an example because you.
No, you know what? Like, I think you want like a man that's committed to you and only you,
Of course.
But-
That still makes you feel the chase.
but still makes you the chase. But the thing
yeah,
is
I
that
do.
when you have a man
Yeah.
around
I
that you
do.
like, when you have a man
I
around that you
do.
like, like I've been around like men when you have like. So I've been around you when you've been around a guy that you're seeing, and
Yeah.
you have eyes for only them.
yeah.
So you are looking at them like they are like God's gift.
My man, my man,
My
my
man.
man.
It's him. I'm not even in the room. Actually, I'll be sitting across the table, and it's like,
Yeah.
I was like, Jess is dead. Like,
Yeah.
like I am.
Yeah.
You are on. Like, you know.
Yeah,
which
she's
is
on
not a bad thing.
television.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
It's not a
me
bad
and my
thing.
man in here.
It's not a bad thing. Like, I think it's actually good.
Oh, it's
but
beautiful.
But I also need my
when
own
he
space.
leaves,
I'm
you're
on,
like,
I'm on the
oh,
prowl.
I'm so fucking glad he's gone. Like, oh my god, I couldn't handle that. I'm not gonna text him. Nah, I'm not even
know.
texting him.
I know.
Nah,
I
like-
definitely.
If he could tell me like he doesn't even realize
You
like
start
I'm
acting like you don't give
yeah,
a fuck.
yeah, it's like so different. Like
I
you
know.
act one thing, and then he comes over and you're just like,
No, not me putting on the show.
yeah,
Honestly, I think you are right. Like the thing is, like I want it to be my man when we're around, and I definitely need like the chase as well because I can't be
Yeah.
like tamed. That's one thing that I've noticed about myself is
you
like
can't be.
I can't be tamed. Like I always need a little bit of like
You gotta keep her interested.
spark, interesting because like honestly, like when I'm going out, I mean, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm still looking like who that over there, you know, like. But I need you to know, like, I need my man to be like confident. You know
You
what I
will
mean?
not
be,
Like,
yeah,
I
like,
need a
yeah.
confident man
Yeah.
for sure. Because the thing is, like, if you're not confident, and I need you to know that, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna come home to you, but like, I'm still out there, like, looking.
Yes.
You know, like
I love a man that's like, I want my girl, like when I go out with her, it's all eyes on her.
Yeah.
Guys are trying to still come to her. She's not even gonna give them the time of day because she's
I'm gonna
with
give them
me.
time of day though.
Like not that kind of time
But
of
it's
day.
funny though.
I am
yeah.
gonna
Not
give
that
them
kind
time
of time of day.
She will.
Not
I'll
the
be
time
giving
of day
them
where you're
time
going
of
back into the VIP room with the man.
no.
Not that kind the time of day.
No.
But you might say hello, but
I'm gonna say hello. How are you?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
Yeah, I just can't be bothered. Like,
She can't be
I
bothered.
can't be bothered.
I know.
Like, I actually, to be honest, it's exhausting to me, the whole process.
You think dating is exhausting?
Yeah, it's so exhausting.
Except
and I
when
can't-
it's somebody she
I'm
wants.
too, yeah.
You seen her?
Yeah, I
She
have.
moves different.
Why
But
do you
do you know
think
what
it's
the
so
thing
exhausting,
is that,
though?
yeah, because I find it so hard to find someone that I actually do genuinely like. And then when I do, I really like them, like, way too much.
I know.
And then they don't like me back.
She said they don't like. Ooh.
And I'm like, oh, and then I just,
Yeah.
yeah.
You get
so,
your heart broken.
yeah, I get my little heartbroken. So, yeah.
You have had your heart broken though.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I know.
I've been around for it.
Yeah. I have, yeah. It's,
Not just with her heart broken.
but the thing is, it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
But then when it does, like, again, like, I don't really give any men the time of day, but then when I do, I expect them to give
Yeah.
Yeah.
me, like, the time of day.
Yeah.
So
You know what I think it is?
I just give up because I'm just like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know, I'd
You know
rather,
what I
I'd rather
think
not
it
feel
is?
anything.
You know what I think it is? I think you and I, like, in this friendship, like, you and I are the same. Like, we really, not that we don't give people the time of day, but we really, like, have our heart set on what kind of man that we want. So when we do find it, it's like we're already, like, set the bar so
Yeah.
high that, like,
But like, great.
this
yeah.
is it. Like, we already kind of like you. We already know that we like you, but
Yeah.
you just don't know that yet. So
Yeah.
the thing is, like, when you do like us back, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, we're already here at this
We've
level.
already,
Like, we're already
we've already
past-
thought about the wedding.
Yeah. We've already thought about, like, if you're
Yeah,
attractive or
it's-
not.
yeah.
Like, we've already thought about, like, whether we can see this or
Yeah.
that with
Yeah.
you. But I was thinking about the other day, I think it might be a bad thing for us. Because I think we need to start, like, thinking about, like, how we shouldn't do that. Because our expectations are so high
Yeah.
that, like, when we do
And-
meet someone,
Yeah.
it's like our hearts are a little broken at the
Yeah,
end of the day.
I
Like,
know.
because then we're just
'Cause
like,
we just
oh,
think it's going to be something.
we're
and-
already at this level, like, there's no
Yeah.
more else that we can do, you
Yeah.
know? But sometimes building, like, which I think
Yeah.
Seb does, like, out of all of us,
I
like, she
think
builds with people.
100%.
I
think
don't build anything.
No, but-
No?
Because I don't see them more than me twice.
Yeah, but that's because you've got that's because you're me. Okay, so
Right.
that's where we like draw a line because we're on a different team.
Yeah, I
So
avoid the
you're-
heartbreak because I don't
see,
get
we
that
are
far
looking
in.
for a long-term thing. You're not.
No.
So like it's to us, we're looking for something completely different.